the airplane in front and actually upset the airplane flying behind and cause the airplane flying behind to lose control.
In this case, the Virginia-based civilian controllers' orders were
You're going to have to hit that,
by
Klaus.
military controllers at Andrews.
It's a mirror.
The First Lady's plane was directed to make several turns, circle, and make a second approach. Officials said neither plane was ever in serious danger, but the attention-getting mishap is the latest in a series of embarrassments for the Federal Aviation Administration. Just within the past month, the agency has suspended 9 air traffic controllers and supervisors, including some who fell asleep during late-night flights
He
at Washington.
purposely toys with me when I follow him with my actual video camera. So, I'm wondering what this is going to be like. It's being recorded.
Oh, good. He still hasn't looked in the screen yet.
Government forces have besieged rebels for nearly 2 months in Misrata. We begin with a report from Jonathan Miller of Independent Television News, who is in Tripoli.
Misrata's city centre is the front line in a battle for survival, the front line in the war against the dictator Colonel Muammar Gaddafi. The detritus of nearly 2 months of heavy fighting littering the city's streets. It's their last major stronghold in western Libya. Many hundreds have been killed now, doctors say, the majority civilians. For Misrata's 300,000 to 400,000 people, life getting harder by the day. There's a lack of food, medicine, safe water, no electricity. Cluster munitions made in Spain have now been widely filmed and their use documented by international human rights groups. These are lethal weapons. Each sprays 21 small, high-explosive bomblets. Today, the UN Human Rights Commissioner, a former war crimes judge, said their use against a civilian population could constitute a war crime. The Libyan government denies they've even got them in their arsenal. As the Libyan rebel leader travelled to Paris to meet President Sarkozy, who promised to intensify airstrikes on Gaddafi's army, we escaped our house arrest in a Tripoli hotel to meet a rebel fighter in the capital. We were taken to a safe house in the city. We cannot verify that this man is who he claims he is, but he took an enormous risk to meet us.
We have enough guns. We have cells in every area of the capital. We're in contact with rebels in the east, in Misrata and Zawiya. When we attack checkpoints, we kill soldiers and take their weapons. Our aim is to kill Gaddafi. We will get rid of him.
Responding to an appeal by Libya's foreign minister to give peace a chance, the Tripoli insurgents said no more chances. Gaddafi had 42 years. It's too late now. As the battle rages in Misrata, news from Libya's western mountains, which hug the border with Tunisia, that 6,000 villagers, mostly ethnic Berbers, have fled heavy shelling by Gaddafi's forces. Muammar Gaddafi pledged to fight to the last bullet, and he seems far from running out of those.
France said today it would step up airstrikes on Libya and send military advisors to help the rebels. And the U.S. announced $25 million in non-lethal aid for the rebels. Judy Woodruff has more on the humanitarian situation in Misrata.
And for an update on the dire conditions, we go to Valerie Amos. She's the United Nations Undersecretary General and Emergency Relief Coordinator, just back from a trip to Libya. She's a former cabinet member, or minister, I should say, in the British government and a leader in the House of Lords. Valerie Amos, thank you very much for being with us. You are just back from this trip. What can you add to what ordinary Libyans are living with right now?
You could just do a time lapse.
Well, of course,
there.
it's a terrible situation in some
How
parts of the
he
country. Not
recognizes
just Misrata, but elsewhere, where the violence is very intense.
Well,
Fighting is
your
going on.
time
And
on
we're
my
not able to get
briefcase
aid
is
to the
done.
people who need it. High school